I'm just here to serve as kind of like a moderator. And so one quick housekeeping rule: if everyone can mute themselves if you're not talking, so that way that we don't have distractions or background noise while our ladies are giving us the tour and information about residence life. So I'll go ahead and turn it over to you ladies to take over.
All righty. Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and start the housing tour. If you guys have any questions throughout this entire thing, please do not be afraid to just type it in the chat. It'll be able to pop up where we can see it. Or, feel free to like unmute yourselves and go ahead and ask. And Terrence, could you please mute yourself?
Hello.
I'll go ahead and share my screen. And we will go ahead and start. All right, so my name is Shane Weaver. I'm a housing ambassador here on campus. I'm 20 years old. My major is digital marketing and my minor is business data analytics.
And then, hi, I'm Tess Fuji. I am also a housing ambassador. I'm 20 and I am a psychology major and a sociology major here at Tech.
Does anyone want to share a little bit about themselves? Don't have to if you don't want to. Okay, and one more thing, could everyone please put their email in the chat for us? After we are done with this tour, we're going to send you a link to a survey about it, and that's going to let us know what you liked, what you didn't like, and how you think we should improve for your students in the future. And you can do it to all, or you can do it to only us if you would like. If you don't want anyone else to see your email, it's totally up to you. All right. All right, so you've all been admitted to ATU by now. So let's start with the question, what are you looking for in a residence hall? We have so many different ones on campus. I think we have 9 or 10. Than only residence hall. We have residence halls that cater to everyone's needs. So you're never gonna, not have something that you don't want here on campus. There's always going to be something that you would like. All right, and I know this says we have triples and quads as well. I forgot to update it. Unfortunately, this semester we are only doing singles and doubles on campus due to the COVID-19 situation. So we are not going to be doing triple and quad occupancies for a single room. It's all going to be only single or double on campus. And just so you know, the more people in a room, the less expensive it's going to be. So a single room is going to be a little bit more expensive than a double room. I think it's about a $400 upcharge if you get a single room. And then these are all the halls by structure. You have co-ed, all female, all male apartment housing. And if anyone's interested in joining a sorority, we do have a sorority house where all 4 of our sororities reside. And so co-ed, that's Tucker, M Street, Nutt, Jones, Wilson, Payne, Baswell, and Stadium Suites. All females Turner, all males Brown, and apartment is University Commons or Vista Place. And keep in mind that when we say co-ed, that means like guys and girls live in the same building. But you have somewhere like Jones where the bathroom are Jack and Jill style. So in one suite where they share the bathroom, that's all male or all female. Wilson is community style, so it's divided by wing. One wing's all female, one wing's all male. So males and females never share the same restrooms. And then these are all the bathroom types that we have. We have a true private, which is you and your roommate, you guys share the bathroom. And so keep in mind that like a private bathroom, you guys will have to clean that on your own, like supply your own cleaning stuff. make sure it's clean on your own, divvy out between the two of you guys, or 4 if you live in Nut. So the true private, that's going to be paying. Like I said, that's where you and your roommate have your own bathroom all to yourselves. Then we have our suite style, and all of our suite style restrooms are going to have up to 4 people that share the bathroom. And so that's somewhere like Baswell or Nut, Jones. And Nut is a little bit different layout than Jones and Baswell. Jones and Baswell are suite style or Jack and Jill style, so it's 2 rooms connected by a restroom. Whereas Nut, you walk in and you have a like a common area that everyone shares, and then you have your separate bedrooms and then a separate room for the bathroom, all in there. Semi-private, best of both worlds. I really suggest this for incoming freshmen, especially people that don't like cleaning their bathrooms. So the way that it works is you have 1 toilet, 1 sink, 1 shower in a room in the hallway, and the door shuts and locks. So while everyone on the floor may use that, there's only 1 person that's using that at a time. So housekeeping will still clean that twice a day for you guys. So you still get the privacy while you're in there, but you never have to clean it on your own. And then community style, I feel like it has a pretty bad rap, due to TV shows and movies. But it's not as bad as people may think. You still have stalls. You still, like for your restrooms, you still have stalls for the showers. So you still get privacy while you're in there. You just might be using it at the same time as other people. And then again, you'll never have to clean it. Housekeeping will clean it for you guys twice a day. And then they don't clean it on weekends, but as soon as Monday morning hits, they're in there, and they are really, really good about keeping it spick and span. And then here again, this is all the bathrooms by hall. This is what they're all going to look like whenever, like, which one looks, yeah. I'm really bad at explaining that. But yeah, like I said, private bath, that's going to be Payne, University Commons, and Vista. Semi-private is Tucker and M Street. Suite style, Jones, Baswell, Nut Stadium Suites. Community style, Wilson, Turner, Brown, and Caroline. New places can be really scary, but by having a friend, it makes it a lot easier. So how do you go about finding a roommate? This can be a pretty daunting process at first, but once you get the hang of it, it is super, super easy, I promise. So if you know you want a roommate, like you either know or you don't know who you want. If you know who you want, you go to the roommate group page on the housing portal and you search for them by screen name or email and you add them to a group, then you verify it. And that makes it easier. So if you guys want to room together, you're able to place each other in the other bed, so you don't have to coordinate when you log on and all that stuff that makes it a little bit more complicated. This really eases that process for you guys. If you don't know who you want, however, you fill out your personal preference survey, which is just stuff about you, what time you wake up, your cleanliness habits, how you like to study, what kind of music you like. It's just basic information. And then you can search for roommates based on matches and message them. So people that have very similar profiles to you, you'll be able to get on there. You can send them a message, say, hey, I thought that was you're pretty cool. Do you want to be a roommate? Talk to them and see if you want to be roommates or not. All right. And right now, does anyone have any questions, or do you have any specific residence halls that you want to see? If so, you can just put it in the chat. Or you guys can unmute yourselves and just let us know what you want to see. If you have any questions, that's completely okay too. All right, in that hole, okay. Yes, you can see M Street. Yes. So we'll go ahead and start with Nut. And we're going to watch a video. And then I do believe that I have pictures of all of the halls as well that I can show you guys.
One awesome thing about Nut is it comes with a kitchen. So like 3 a.m. mac and cheese is a very doable thing. I cook to de-stress, so having that option is amazing. Which huge perks.
Yeah, and did you say Nut does have a community kitchen?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yes, it does. Okay. Right, here. And are you guys able to hear this audio, or is it just me? You can't hear it.
It's pretty faint.
Okay. All right. Okay. So yeah. So Nut is 5 floors. This is what the main lobby looks like. And so you do have stairs to get to all your floors, but there are also elevators. So when you first walk in, this is what you're going to see. And then this is one of the suite style rooms. So see, you have a single room right here is a double room, and then right here's another single room. So this is one of the setups. This year in Nut, there's going to be 2 different types of setups. You're going to have a single, double, single, or you're going to have a double, double type setup. So per suite, there's always going to be 4 people in there. And so this is what the common area looks like. And then in here you have the restroom. And it's really nice. And another really good thing about M Street is you can control your own heat and air in the room. And so this is kind of what a double looks like. And right here are the measurements. And keep in mind that anytime after this tour, you guys can always come back in here and look at these videos that all you want. These are all posted on our website and on YouTube. Mm-hmm. So if you're like, oh, like how big was a single room? How big was a double room? It tells you all on here. And then you can kind of get these setups. And then if you want any other like pictures of some of the stuff in the room, we do have those, or like how tall the bed can get, how big the bed is, how big is the wardrobe, any questions like that. We do have all those measurements. If you just email us, housing@atu.edu, we are more than happy to send all those measurements to you guys. You see every room in Nut, you will have a bed that can loft. You can, move it up or down. Both people will get a chest of drawers. You have your closet space over here. And then everyone will get a desk. The desks look a little bit different than that now. We got some more updated ones, but that's kind of an idea of what they'll look like. Again, the common area. And in the common area, so you do have a sink in the bathroom as well, but you also have one here. So if you're just needing to brush your teeth while someone's in the restroom, you are way more than welcome to do that, so you don't have to fight for the restroom in the morning. All right, and we'll go ahead and look at the restroom. Of course, you have a toilet, a sink, and then you have a shower with a tub, which is really nice if you like to soak in the tub. And like I said, keep in mind, this is one of the residence halls that you will have to clean on your own. And then this is what the outside of Nut looks like.
It is one of the buildings that is right in the middle of campus, and when we say you can get anywhere in 10 minutes, you could get anywhere in 10 minutes. It is right by both BazTech and the cafeteria, so BazTech is open later than the caf. I think it's open till 11 now. It used to be open till midnight, so I apologize if I get the times wrong. But because of that, it's right there. That's where Starbucks is, Slim's, Which, a pizza place, a burger place, anything you can think of, it's there. And you just... it's right in the middle of campus, so it's really nice and easy access to everything.
Yes, and a lot of students do really like Nut for that because it's right smack dab in the little campus. You can get anywhere super, super quickly. Also, Veronica, The closet area in the single rooms looks a lot different. It's a lot smaller because in the other rooms it's meant for 4 to 3 people because that's what it was originally made for. But like I said, we're not doing those this year. But the single rooms have been made just for one person, so the closet area will be a lot smaller, so you won't have that much room. And typically, as a rule of thumb, what I tell a lot of students to do is if you go home, like when you first come, bring your summery clothes, like your flip-flops, your tank tops, your shorts, and so that way you have all that stuff, and then when it starts getting a little bit colder, take all that stuff home, then bring your cold weather gear up here. So that way, you know, you have, you're not using like all your closet space at one time if you don't necessarily need to, but it's completely up to you to do that or not.
There's about 3 or 4 buildings on campus. I think it's Baswell, Jones, the University Commons, which are the apartments, and Nut that have like the inset closets. All the other closets have a good amount of space. I'm a sorority girl. I can attest to I have way too much clothes. I have way too many shoes. I can fit all that stuff in the closet. So it looks small on the video, but I can assure you the combo of that and having the chest of drawers, plenty of space.
It really is a lot of space, yeah. But I also know that I afford clothes. I spend all my money on clothes, so I have to like pick my stuff home and back every so often. Okay, and then we can go ahead and look at M Street now too. And M Street is our freshman-only residence hall. So this is really nice because you don't have like the pressure of living with a bunch of upperclassmen. You know, because I know my freshman year, I was like, oh, all these people already know what they're doing. Like they've all already been here before, you know. But whenever you're you're in M Street and you're in a freshman only, like everyone's going through the exact same experience as you are. This is all the LLCs, and so it kind of eases your mind a little bit. You know.
With M Street, those, like she said, it's all kids the same age. So even if you guys aren't in the same LLC together, you might still have class with them and be like, hey, I don't know what's going on in this class. Help me. Y'all are all in the same boat. And it's a great way to meet people, especially since Tech hosts so many events in the beginning and throughout the year for students that you can be like, hey, we live on the same floor. You want to go to this event? I'm blanking on all event names. I apologize. You want to go to this event on move-in day, and you can make friends that way. I know that's how I made most of my friends was freshman year, being like, hey, you look fun. And I'm a senior now and still talk to them. So, I mean, reach out, go for it.
Yes, and I know M Street has a wonderful community, you know. People will come and hang out in the common areas, and it's really easy to meet people that way and create, you know, those lifelong friendships. Because I know I've met people in the lobby that I'm still friends with and I still talk to them, you know. And it's also really good because as freshmen, you're going to be taking a lot of the same classes, so you can be like, hey, are you taking comp with this professor? If so, you guys, you know, can talk, you know, and kind of see what's going on if you're missing anything in class. So that way you can get like information from your peers, which is a really awesome thing in my opinion. This is the main lobby of NUT. When you first walk in, this is what you're going to see. There are stairs and elevators, of course, like all the other hall or most of the other halls. Like NUT, M Street is 5 floors. And this is what the hallways look like. And this has the suite style or the semi-private bathrooms. So see, the bathrooms are here in the hall. Here's an example of one. And they're all through here on either side of the hallway. That's the janitor closet right there, but you get the idea. And on the other side, you have all of your rooms. And one of the things that I really like about M Street, I know a lot of students really like it, is how tall the ceilings are. And here you can control your own heat and air as well. And then in M Street, you are able to loft the beds. So a lot of students will choose to put their desk and their bedside table and their chest of drawers under their bed, and it gives you more space. like in this video, see we have all these cubbies in here. We have these saucer chairs. We have this little end table. So it does give a lot more room if you would choose to do that. And then you also will both get a wardrobe because we don't have closets built to the wall.
To put in perspective for the beds that are like really high up, they are lofted on the bed frame that is also the ladder, which it may seem kind of like, ooh, that's not gonna be fun. I'm not a small person. I'm 6 foot. I had a bed that was that high, and it does, like, it's a bed. It's gonna hold up your weight. The ladder, it's not shaky. And I've also seen people kind of monkey their way up using their desk and dresser, like climbing up that way. So you don't have to have it that high, but you can put stuff under there if you want to have that open concept living area.
Right. I'm not quite that tall. I'm only 5'5", and so I had to monkey my way up. I had to crawl on my desk and get up there. But I really enjoyed having all that space underneath my bed because I have a lot of stuff. So I, put it all under there, and there's more than enough room for all your stuff that you need to put under your bed. And so this is the front of M Street. This is what it looks like from the road. Super, super nice. One of our newest buildings. And then to wash your clothes, the washroom is in the basement. So you just go down to the bottom, and it's really nice because everywhere on campus we have an app that you can hook up with your washer and dryer, put yourself in the washer, you get on the app, set a timer, and it'll send you a notification to your phone when it's done, so you don't have to sit down there and babysit your clothes like you would at like a laundromat. So you can just go up to your room, come back down, put it in the dryer, do the same thing, and then go back up to your room if you would like to, study whatever you need to do.
Also, all laundry on campus is free. You do have to provide like your own laundry pods, dryer sheets, all that, but you don't have to pay for it. Keep those quarters for the vending machine, whatever you want. You don't have to worry about that.
They show that they take quarters, but they don't. And I know some students thought that they did. And they kept the gimmick up with their parents, and then they used the quarters to go to the vending machines late at night and get, drinks and snacks and stuff. Do with that information as you will, but you don't have to pay for laundry on campus. Alrighty. So this is Turner. I don't know what they did. Turner is our all-female hall, and this is one with the community-style restroom. It's got a little bit higher ceilings. The beds do not loft in Turner, unfortunately. I think they go up to 3 or 4 feet, but that's more than enough room to put like your hamper and some storage under. You see, that's what these people have done here. You will get a desk. Both of you guys will get a desk. And then both of you guys will get these wardrobes. And then right here, these are the measurements. And this does have laminate flooring, so I suggest getting a carpet for this if you don't like touching cold laminate first thing in the morning. I know I definitely do not. Yeah, but Turner is pretty nice. And in my opinion, it's also nice to be in a community of girls. Let's see if it shows the bathroom. This is the lobby. I don't think it shows the bathroom, unfortunately, but it is community style. And I think there's 5 stalls for toilets and then 5 stalls for the shower, and then 5 sinks in every single wing. Mm-hmm. I do believe there's 1 bathroom per wing. And then in all of the lobbies, you're going to have different games and stuff. So some might have pool, some have ping pong. I think some have, I can't even think of what I'm trying to say, but they all have different games and stuff, and you have your general sitting area, A lot of them do have TVs, vending machines, and this is where a lot of people come just to hang out or even study with their friends, you know, and meet people. So it's a really good thing.
A good way to get out of your room but still be in your building. That way you don't have to go for it, but you can just kind of escape for a second. But yeah.
All right, we'll look at Stadium Suites. We don't have a video for Stadium Suites, but I do believe Laura put, yes, gallery pictures in there. Heather, like I said, unfortunately, we don't have a video in Stadium Suites, but there are pictures, so you can kind of get a good idea of what it looks like. Okay. And is there any other halls that people are wanting to see? Okay. I don't think so. Someone go ahead and start.
Is there gallery pictures of Vista?
I think so. There should be. If not, Vista's also an apartment complex. Like, Tech owns some chunks, Vista owns the others. So if Tech doesn't have them, Vista will. They'll be similar. I think we have them. Let me look.
I know we don't have a 360 video for Vista, though, unfortunately. Okay, Laura just sent the gallery and the group. All right, Dakota, I do not believe you can go ahead and get a parking tag yet. That typically opens a lot closer to when school starts. I do believe August 1st. It's when that typically opens. That sounds about right, yeah. And so you'll just get on there, and all you really need to know is your license plate number, make and model of your vehicle, the color of it, and where you'll be staying. And then they'll issue you your parking tag. They'll mail it to you. And if you're like me, if you wait till the first day of class to go ahead and do that, you can get a temporary tag just to put in your windshield. And then PSAFE is very, very lenient about it. They give you about 3 weeks to go ahead and get that actual tag until they start issuing tickets.
And then if for whatever reason you move from one hall to another throughout the year, say you move from, because it's sectioned by colored lots, not, congrats, you have parking spot 133, you can only park there. You can park in any of the colored lots that matches your hang tag. But if you move to a different building that's in a different color, you can take your hang tag to PSAFE and they'll trade it out no cost. Because you already have a parking pass, you just need a new one.
Yes. And then, Justin, if you are coming to school starting in August, you will not get charged for your dorm until that August bill goes out. And so, you know, you have your sessions, you have from August to December, and then you have January to May. And so you'll get charged on your bill for each of those, but it won't be until August and January.
There's a question also in the chat that says, what should I do if I still haven't heard back from my roommate?
If you still haven't heard back from your roommate, there's really not a lot you can do, unfortunately. All you can really do is just message them. I know some people will look them up online, you know, maybe like their Instagram or their Facebook, and reach out to them that way, because I feel like people will check their social media a little bit more than they check their actual emails, which is where those messages go. But if you can't get a hold of them, there's, like I said, there's not a lot you can do, unfortunately. I mean, just keep emailing them. Hopefully they'll look at their email. Like I said, the next best thing you can do is just try to find them on social media and try to reach out that way. Yes, or Laura said you can reach out to us, housing@atu.edu, and then we can see if that student might still be coming to Tech.
When you say go to pay bills, do you mean like your tuition or like electricity? I only ask just because I've had people ask, like, how do I pay for my utilities? That goes into your cost of tuition, so I just want to double check and make sure I can answer that correctly. Also, we're figuring out how moving's going to go because of the whole COVID-19 thing. We want to make sure we keep all of our students safe, so I believe we will be sending out updates if it has not already been figured out.
We do send emails to your One Tech email periodically, so make sure you are checking that. And then closer to July, August, we will send move-in plans. And so it's like the time that you're going to be able to move in, because we are trying to limit it to where there's not a ton of people moving in at the same time. But it'll let you know like when you can move in, you know, and the procedures for all that, because it will be a little bit different this year. And Dakota, I can show you how to do that. Let me just go ahead and share my screen again.
You can also, if you're on campus, you can go to student accounts for that. It is on the second floor of Brown. I say that with questions because I always get it switched with financial aid because they're on separate floors. So I'm 78% sure it's the second floor, but it's in Brown Hall or Brown Building. Sorry, we have Brown Hall and Brown Building. I learned the hard way that we had that my freshman year. Walked into the residence hall thinking it was my class, and it was not.
So what you're seeing right now, this is my One Tech. This is like the hub for everything that you need to know, all your information. So if you're wanting to pay your bill, you go to tuition and aid right here. Go ahead and click on it. And then it's going to show you your current aid and your bill. This is what your bill will look like. Since I'm taking a summer class, it's a lot cheaper than it would if I was enrolled in a full 15 hours. But if you're wanting to pay it, right here, pay online, you can pay in full, or I always do payment plans. And so you can set up in management. And so this is where you're going to pay all of your bills and stuff. Or like Tess said, you can go to the second floor of Brown and do it in person, like if you have cash or a check. If you want to do it on here in full or payment plan, that is also completely okay. This is what I always do.
Even if you do go to the wrong department, they're not going to get mad or send you away. Everyone here at Tech's here to help you. I promise. We're not as scary as we look. We're here to help you guys. So any questions, you can call just about any department. I know with us, specifically because I work for Res Life, give us a call and we'll do whatever we can to help you or connect you to the correct people. And I know everyone else feels the same because we want to help.
Yes, for sure. I know personally I get a lot of calls for other departments, and I'll be like, I don't know the answer, but I can connect you with someone that does know that answer. And I think no matter where you call, it's always going to be that way. If you call admissions with a question about housing, they'll get you in touch with us, give you our number, our email, our fax, whatever you need. Does anyone else have any questions for us?
There was a question about outlets. Do we know like the number of outlets in I think it was M Street and Turner and M Street and Nut? How many outlets are in a room, and can we bring extension cables?
Okay, you cannot have extension cords. Extension cords are a no-go, and then outlet extenders you can also not have. And that's like what you plug into an outlet, and it has it's like that thick maybe, and then it has like 3 other outlets or 2. You guys cannot have those. I think as a rule of thumb, I think in a double, I think there's 4 different outlets. And so like everyone gets 2 of their own outlets. Now you can have surge protectors. Surge protectors are okay. Let me look online because we have a list of what you can and cannot have.
I have a question. I know it says no candles, which no candles, but can we bring like Scentsies?
Yes.
I actually have one going behind me. It is Shane's.
Yes. As long as it does not have a hot plate or an open flame, you can have it. Scentsies are okay because they are warmed by a bulb, and it's just like having a lamp, in my opinion. So,
but going off of having lamps, you cannot have lava lamps because those can break, and we don't want that.
Let me see if I can find this, what you can and cannot bring.
Shane, I should drop the link on the chat.
Yes.
Laura,
Thank
you
you.
are the MVP. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes, and so that's going to tell you what you can and cannot have. And like piggybacking off of that, like I said, no outlet extenders, no extension cords, but surge protectors are okay. Any other questions if I accidentally looked over it? You guys are also free to unmute yourselves and ask any questions if you want.
One thing I wish I brought on my first day. I know I made a Walmart trip with my mom and my stepdad as soon as I moved in, just because like food, light bulbs, stuff like that, where you're like, because I ended up buying a lamp because my room had a smaller window than I thought. That kind of stuff I didn't know, so I couldn't have even had that regret of just you prepare later once you get there kind of thing. But one thing I really wish I had not brought was my wireless printer. You don't need that. Tech has printing in the library. You get $20 for free, print it that way. And I'm a senior. I have not been broke yet on that, I can assure you. And I have to write a lot of papers. But one thing that I wish I had brought, honestly.
More command hooks.
Yes, command hooks. Things like that of just decorations.
Yes, I put so many decorations up in my room, and I did not have nearly enough hooks for the sticky things, because sometimes you will mess up and you will need more of the sticky things. If you peel it off, and you will not have enough, I promise. You can never have enough command hooks. I have a ton in my room, and I'm always using all of them.
9 times out of 10, when I go to Walmart, and if I see like the sticky tabs on sale, I'll grab them. It never hurts to have them, but also just having different forms of storage helps. I end up getting 2 of the like 3 tall storage bins, because just about any room you're in, whether it has like the insect closet or it goes under your bed, it never hurts to have it because you can put anything in it, and it's just good to have. So I also recommend having that. Yeah. Is there any other questions, you guys?
Did you answer what do you wish you brought?
Yeah, mine was more command hooks because I didn't bring nearly enough. On my first day, I brought like my storage containers. One thing I wish I would have brought was medical stuff, because like Band-Aids, triple antibiotic, just simple stuff like that you don't think about that you might need, because like your mom and dad always have it at home. I didn't bring any, and I like make myself while I was shaving. I was like, wow, I wish I had a Band-Aid. And I'd have to like bum it off of my friend. I wish I would have brought a stapler. That's like another thing that I didn't really think of, because I would always need to like staple stuff, or hole punchers, because I like to stay a little bit more organized. And the library, I don't think has hole punchers. I don't think too many classrooms do either. So if you want to like put stuff in a binder, you have to like hole punch it on your own, and you can actually get those pretty cheap at Staples. I think maybe like $5 or less.
I also think Dollar Tree sells command hooks if anybody wants to be like super cheap.
Yes.
Good to know.
The Dollar Tree is immaculate. I go there all the time.
Basically anything that like if you look around you'll be like, oh, that's fine. My parents have it. I'll have it. Consider if your parents have it and you don't, you might need it.
Yes.
Sure. Wars are difficult. I'm living in the apartments right now, and I will be till I graduate, which will be May, so yay. Seasoning, I didn't think to grab. I'm just like random stuff like I know my family uses, and I'm like, okay, I know I like this kind. Just little random things that you're like, oh, it's fine, I'll think of that. If it's something your parents have that you're like, you just remember having, think about, like, talk to your parents, be like, okay, what is something that we have that I don't think they will have, or like I will need to get? Because that's the stuff that you won't realize until you don't have it, and you're like, oh, I didn't realize I needed that, or I didn't realize I wouldn't have that. It's weird, but I promise.
Sure. I mean, even like forks and spoons, you just don't think about it. And, keep in mind that we do have 2 Walmarts in town. We have, Dollar Tree, we have Dollar General. So if you ever like don't have something, just write it down, make a list, and then go and grab it if you need to. And also, someone had asked about seeing Hughes Hall. We do not have any information about Hughes Hall on the website that I can see, unfortunately. Do we have a gallery of that, Laura?
I believe so. Also, I'm sorry.
Did you put it in the chat? Okay, thank you.
Hughes is a really fun building. It's kind of older looking. It's actually one of the oldest buildings on campus, but it's a really fun one. I was in OA there, and it was the best kind of chaos. It's a very fun place. It's a really good place to live. Also, if you like cows, you have a really good view of the cows. I'm from Fort Smith, so I didn't I was not around cows a lot. That was one thing I had to adapt to moving to tech. You hear the cows a lot, and the cows mooing at night sounds like phones vibrating. It's a weird thing that I learned the hard way. So
Sure.
just a heads up.
All right, do we have any other questions? You can put it in the chat or unmute yourself. It's totally up to you guys. Deidre, do you know what the 2 p.m. session is?
There is a concurrent session with if you took concurrent classes through Arkansas Tech or Virtual Arkansas. That's happening at 2 o'clock. And so if you didn't take concurrent classes through Arkansas Tech or Virtual Arkansas, it's not really necessary for you. But if you did, it's talking about your scholarship and things like that. So if you want to join, I'm not going to say it's not important because all of our sessions are important. But yes, that's what concurrent at Arkansas, concurrent at ATU is. It's our for all of our concurrent students. And then the next session that is after that one is only 30 minutes. And so that will run from 2 until 2:30. And then our next session is at 2:30. So it's just in a few minutes, and it's eating at ATU. So it's kind of like tying into residence life. So when we wrap this up, you all can just go straight into dining on campus to learn about your meal plan and declining credit balance or DCB, places to eat on campus, because once you live on campus, you need to know where to eat. And so leaving this session and going into the dining at ATU, that's going to be really important for you all too.
Yes, I really suggest that you guys do that one because they do talk about a lot of terms, like you said, like DCB, that you probably never heard before, and it's really important to know when you're on a college campus. So please, everyone, join that one. Plus eating, I mean, one of the most important things to me personally.
Yes. So if we want to go ahead and wrap this up, because we have it's 2:17. So and that one starts at 2:30 to give students a little bit of a break and time to get over. Like our residence life department requested, make sure you have your emails in the chat so that they can send you the survey afterwards. And if you all have any questions for them after this, feel free to email them. You can email us or call us here in the admissions office. And if we don't know the answer, we can get you over to our residence life office, all of those types of things. I want to thank everybody who joined us today. This was very informative, not only for you all, but for me as well. Because some things change every year in residence life, and so I like to stay up to date. And so make sure that you, this is our last day, so finish out the day strong with joining us for our other sessions. And then all of these sessions, most of our sessions were recorded, and so you will receive an email tomorrow with a link to the recordings. And so if you miss any of our sessions throughout this week, you'll be able to go back and catch up with those. But if no one else has any questions, then we can go ahead and wrap it up.
All right. If that's all the questions that we have, bye, guys. Welcome to Tech. I'm so excited to see you guys all in fall.
Welcome.
Bye.